Direct provision. It's coming up in the news more and more as coronavirus spreads into the centres. But before we ask why, we need to know, what is direct provision? Direct provision is Ireland's scheme for processing asylum seekers, those coming to the country fleeing persecution from their native land. Once a person comes and claims asylum, they are brought to a large lodging with other asylum seekers while their claim is being processed. There are 34 centres throughout Ireland with 5,600 refugees, a third of which are children. The system was introduced in 2000 as a temporary measure, and now, 20 years on, it's still going on. So what is wrong with the system? The main issue is lack of autonomy. In many centres, the people living there can't cook their own food, go anywhere, or even get a job in some cases. Those in limbo can get a job permit, but it's only for 6 months before having to renew it. I interviewed someone within the direct provision centres who said, "You completely lose your autonomy and your freedom, and you are at the mercy of other people making decisions for you." It's why 90% of people in direct provision suffer from depression within 6 months. Just under half spend 5 years or more in the system, with some spending up to 8. Conditions also vary wildly because the centres are privately owned. Children have it the worst. Growing up not knowing if you can stay in the country without a permanent home and not allowed playdates or clubs stunts personal growth. But why now of all times? Well, considering the nature of the centres, there is no space to self-isolate. Some centres aren't even providing enough hygiene products. This means COVID-19 is getting into centres and spreading rapidly. Also, many asylum seekers work in the community, either in nursing homes or as frontline healthcare workers. So now that you're informed, what can you do? We need to move asylum seekers out of the centres and into the empty hotels and other lodgings around the country. There are petitions that you can sign below, as well as an email template for you to send to Charlie Flanagan, our Minister for Justice and Equality, as well as your local TDs. Together, and only together, can we make a difference? Thanks for watching.